Hey everybody, it's DJ Talks, and I hope you can hear me. So I want to apologize for not making a video last week and starting a new round robin, and that was because I did have an exorcism that I had to not only attend, but organize and get all the snacks ready. So sorry about that. But I was just watching Got That Funk's video, and I really wanted to talk about it because I think that it's not necessarily like a video response to him specifically, but something that he was talking about in the video was how his mother and someone on Fox News was saying that Robert E. Lee was an honorable man, and so Paul was like, what the fuck? Like, no, he wasn't, first of all. But then went on to talk, which I agree with, but then went on to talk about, like, why is it relevant that he might be a nice person in some context, even, he brought up how Hitler was, like, a vegetarian and was good with kids and stuff like that, but he's still fucking Hitler, and I totally agree with that. And for the context of, like, putting up statues and, like, memorializing someone as this hero, like, that's, like, ridiculous. But on some level, I think it is important to note the good sides of bad people. And I think that's because it helps, as humans, tear us out of this compartmentalization we do, or this, like, pigeonholing we try to do of, like, archetyping different people and what they're like and if they're good and bad, and, like, this idea of, like, the world is black and white and good and evil. And obviously when you see someone like Hitler, you're like, no, that's pretty straightforward. There's not really any gray area there. But I think it's important because it highlights the complexities of humanity and of us as individuals. Now, obviously, I don't think that after someone goes on a shooting spree, we should be like, oh, they were a great person and blah, 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 and like that somehow excuses anything that they did. I'm not trying to say that because I know people in the comment section are going to say that I'm saying that. I am not saying that someone having a good side excuses anything bad that they did, okay? Let's just get that straight. But it is important because, like, and I was watching this, like, they had a video of Hitler and this, I think it was some photographer woman, and he was, like, joking around with her, and, like, flirting with her and joking, and, like, the video is just so disturbing because it's, like, Hitler was, made jokes, and Hitler flirted with people, and Hitler was, a human in many, many ways, that it's not different from the way I'm a human, and when I make jokes or flirt with people or whatever. And I think that when we try to erase the humanity from bad people, people who generally society collectively and unanimously decides are bad, we attempt to, like, it basically makes us say, we could never be that because it's so bad. And when that happens, we are much more likely to repeat history because we've othered them so much into this camp of, like, demons, essentially. We're like, they're not human. Hitler's not a human to people. Robert E. Lee is not a human to people because of the horrible, horrible shit that he did. So we say, he's this disgusting human and no one should ever be like him and blah, blah, blah. But when we do that, we forget that it is possible for us to turn into that. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, a lot of the recent, like, repopularity, I don't want to say repopulization, I don't know the fucking word I'm looking for. It's not repopulating, but, like, it's making something popular again, repopularizing, I think, of, like, anti-Semitic views and stuff. 50 years ago, we would have been like 50, maybe less than 50, maybe like 30, 40 years ago, we would have been like, no, we would never, ever be like that. Like, that's terrible, that's horrible, they're disgusting, that's awful. And that's happening again. And basically my point is, when we strip the humanity away from evil people and we pretend like they're 100% evil and have no humanity in them, we inherently make it more likely for us to repeat those mistakes because we think we're not capable of them because they're somehow different from us. And I think that's important to think about. And that's just something that I was thinking about. Because obviously, like, if someone's a sociopath, like, or whatever, you have something in your brain, like, chemically that's makes you more susceptible to being violent. Like, that's an objective difference, right? But when it comes to, like, the development of radical views and, you know, the environment that you're raised in and spend time in, we're all capable of doing horrible things. And I think we need to acknowledge that. And I think that it would, you know, help us stop ourselves from doing this horrible shit again and again and again and again and again and again. So I don't know. This is not like really contradictory to what he was saying at all. It was just like a thought that jumped out at me when he was talking about, like, you know, the honor in bad men and women and non-binary people and everyone as humans. We all have a little evil in us, and I think that we should stop trying to pretend that we don't. And those are my thoughts for today. So deep, I know. I will see you guys next week, and I think Kazum is up tomorrow, if he's back. And that's all. Bye.